Hi, everybody, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 42 of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. I'm your host, Moshe Klein. Thanks for taking a moment to like this YouTube video and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spotlight introduces you to successful small business owners who share content and information that you don't want to miss. Today, I'm extra pleased to welcome my friend and networking partner, Preston Mayon. Preston is an affiliate manager at a company called SendOutCards. It is such a simple yet dynamic business. I just had to invite you onto the show, Preston. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for letting me be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. You know that I love doing these interviews, Preston, but primarily the main reason is to put out information, content and information that will benefit our networking partners who are primarily small business owners. And after you took me on a tour of your company, the amazing, powerful resources that you make available so affordably, I regret not inviting you sooner. So let's jump right into it. What is SendOutCards?
Well, first, SendOutCards is an 18-year-old company. The company is based in Salt Lake City. And the whole philosophy behind SendOutCards is to help people act on their promptings. That instant internal thought, the easy one is like, that guy did a great job. I need to send them a note. Well, before the internet and electronic devices that we all have, that was kind of hard to do and people would forget. Well, SendOutCards, built around our modern technology, and now you can create that greeting card, that thank you note, and add a gift from any electronic device connected to the internet, which means on your smartphone, you can, if you're in business, you can send that thank you note on your way back to the car or while you sit in the car before you leave, and then SendOutCards will print it. We'll stuff it, we'll address it, we'll stamp it, we'll take it to the post office the next business day. It's as simple as that. So in 5 minutes, that thank you note is out there.
Preston, you're just a young man, but back when I started in business 40 years ago, do you know what we used to do? I'm sure your father or grandfather told you about it. When someone came to my office, whether they became a client or not, within an hour or two after they left, I was writing out a handwritten note, put a stamp on it, mailed it, just thanking them for taking time to come to the office to talk about whatever it was we talked about. But it seems, unfortunately, that in this day and age, people are sending out emails. When I get something in the mail, if it's handwritten, it catches my attention right away. And that's the whole idea behind SendOutCards, right?
Well, exactly that. And if while you can't, we're not able to handwrite on the screens, we can scan in your handwriting and your signatures so that you can do that, with that. And, people forgetting, I'd like to tell the story. This was 7-8 years ago now. I was meeting with a friend of mine I met in a different networking group who's an entertainer, who's a piano player. And he'd been a SendOutCard user before I met him. And I could tell we were having coffee, and I said, Randy, what's going on? He said, well, I just made a pitch to get on the vendor list of a Scottsdale resort, and I didn't get on the list. I said, well, that's unfortunate. Did you send that person a thank you note? And he looked at me and said, I didn't get the gig. Why would I send him a thank you note? And I said, aren't you grateful for the opportunity to make the presentation? And he was just silence. Okay. And I knew I struck a chord, and I ran into 3 weeks ago. And he not only sent the card, but he sent a 2-pack of brownies with the card. And the person who received, the day she received, she called him up saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nobody does that. And within 2 months, he was on their vendor preferred list.
Well, Preston, I don't know if you probably do remember this, but you and I met via SendOutCards before we even met and became friends. You must have seen me at a networking event or something. And all of a sudden I started receiving beautiful postcards, pictures of my dog, pictures of things that I posted on social media, my wife and I having dinner with another couple, or me networking. And who is this Preston guy? But I liked him right away. And then, of course, we met and developed a friendship. And here we are.
I know who to blame. If you want to blame Chuck Field.
Chuck Field. I'm going to send him a negative card. No, I would never do that.
You won't.
But because we're going to run out of time pretty soon, I want to go in, talk about how it works. Don't worry about the money. I assure everybody who's listening, they can afford it. As a matter of fact, they can't not afford it, because this is the way to get a client or a customer's attention. But how does the system work? Let's say in 60 seconds or less.
60 seconds. Well, it's real simple. As I said, you create the card on any electronic device. It then goes via internet to our home office plant in Salt Lake City, and every day, and I think they do it around midnight, they download all the cards that came into the system, and they start printing them in a 4-up situation. And they're all barcoded to separate them. The cards are all UV coated, which allows them to last long and look great. Thank you for that. It just goes through the system, and it's all done with machinery. We have a video showing that process, how it goes through. They get cut, they get sorted, they get stuffed in the envelope, all done by machine. And it's by the end of the day, it's on a truck to the post office.
Now, to take it one step further and to explain how simple it is, everybody who uses SendOutCards can use set designs that you have in stock already, or create their own. For example, you could snap a picture of you and I doing this interview, and within a moment or two, create a postcard and send it out to people. That's how simple it is, isn't it, Preston?
It is exactly that simple. If you're a person, everybody loves to take selfies when we're back meeting, in person when we can. And, I've done that. I've been in meetings with people, presentations, and I'll take a selfie of the two of us, and I'll create the thank you note right in front of them.
So Preston, we are literally almost out of time. I do want to squeeze in one more last question, because we all know how important networking is and how difficult it is to grow a small business. Money is always a factor. You took me on a virtual tour of SendOutCards. You know that I'm in the process of becoming one of your clients, and I'm excited. It's tax season. I want to send out cards to my clients, not only to thank them, but to remind them about important upcoming dates. Can you talk about not specific pricing, but the various pricing packages that you have available and how affordable it is for a small business?
Well, we have several, as you know, we have like 4 different subscriptions to go along with, and also what we call the basic, where I like to call it the pay as you go. So you don't have to have a subscription, and just to give you an idea, you can create the card for $2.75 plus postage. And you never have to go to the store to buy the card. You don't have to buy the stamps. You don't have to go to the post office or the mailbox. It's that simple.
Now, that's if you buy one at a time. And of course, for anybody who does volume like I do, it's actually much more affordable.
The unit price goes down because of the volume. Exactly.
Absolutely. Preston, our producer, is giving me ugly faces, and it could get violent very soon. We are officially out of time. I'm quite certain that our listeners are going to want to connect with you offline, one-on-one, for a free confidential consultation, maybe even a little virtual tour of the system like you took me on. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Email's the best way. My email address is Preston, Preston, @mayon, MAYON.US.
Wonderful. Preston Mayon, affiliate manager, chief creative relationship manager. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. And I know it is a busy day. You're popular in the networking circles, and for good reason. It was a pleasure having you on the program.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your support.
My pleasure, truly. If you'd like to be a guest on Spotlight, just send an email to team@powernetworkingteam.com, and we'll make those arrangements right away. Until next time, and until next episode, Good luck and good networking, everyone.